happening, YouTube? It's K-Mega405 live from the 45, where I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers. Now, right off the bat, it's been quite a bit of news going down the pike. The first thing is this rumor about Marvel vs. Capcom 4 being a PlayStation 4 exclusive. I've had people hit me up and call me, and I was kind of like, now, I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but I mean, we need to be realistic. I mean, come on and just look at the track record right now for Street Fighter, or let's just say Capcom and Sony this generation alone. Street Fighter Ultra, game was broken. It was horrible online. Didn't sell very well. And there was a lot of finger pointing on who was to blame. Sony, of course, was stating the obvious that it wasn't their fault. It was the third party. It was Capcom. Capcom said it was some third party developer. You go ask the reps at Sony. Blah, 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 blah. The game was botched. It was horrible. Then you look at what happened with Street Fighter V. And then when you see what happened with Street Fighter V, and even though Sony fit the bill, they rushed it. Capcom needed more time for that game to be complete and be a success, but no, they wanted to get that shit out there for Evo, and it bit them right in the ass. So why in the world would Disney collaborate just with Sony, knowing the track record right now of how these games have not sold well? It would be ridiculous. And let's just make this point right here. For everybody still, anybody, those fanatics out there, they're still thinking that the Xbox One is still sitting at like 16 to 22 million consoles sold, is fooling themselves, you know. And I guess PlayStation now is at like what, 70 million sold? Come on now, let's just be realistic. The gap is closed. Sony is still winning the race. That's okay. That's fine. But it makes more sense for those type of games to be a multi-plat. When Tekken and Virtual Fighter and Dead or Alive, when those games became multi-plat, that's when you kind of understood that those games needed to stay multi-plat. They generate a lot more money. Plus, there's great buzz all around for Marvel vs. Capcom 4. So why deprive the others because of that reason? And then Sony has to pay a huge amount of money to just get the exclusive rights. Now, the only thing I can't see that could be exclusive is that they might have like a special Spider-Man or some kind of extra character that's involved that could be exclusive to PlayStation. And I think Xbox could do the same thing. But that game, if it does come out, it seems like this is an actual thing. Be a fantastic thing, because we were all waiting for that game as well to come out. Then let it come and let it rip. Be real good. But we're talking about Disney, and Disney's all about their money. So I really don't think that Disney would allow any one of these companies to give them just one big lump sum and then just hope for the best for an exclusive deal. That just makes no sense whatsoever. This game is going to be a multi-plat. If they do make it, I'm very excited for it, and as well everybody else should be, because this is a good premier fighter, and it just makes sense for it to be a multi-plat. But on to the second story, which is talking about Npd'S. Now, if you have followed my channel here for a while, you'll know I'll say that I'm not really a big fan talking about Npd'S, but it's newsworthy, and sometimes you just need to talk about it. So basically, this Black Friday is very, very interesting because of the fact that you're hearing so many conflicting reports all over. Out in the UK, you're hearing that there's record numbers of PlayStation 4s that are being sold. Then you hear about, for the Xbox side, that Walmart, the #1 retailer in the world, is saying that Microsoft is dominating in console sales there. Not just winning, but dominating. So then you also have Target, you got Costco, you have a couple of other companies that's leaning more towards the Xbox brand. Then, of course, you have Amazon and you have Best Buy, and for whoever else that leans towards Sony. Now, it's a good thing for gamers all around the board, right? For the neutrals. It's great for gaming. But there's one thing that really has me troubled, and that is with the PlayStation Pro. You would think that would be the system that was going to be running off the shelves, but it wasn't. It was the PlayStation Slim. We all were saying that PlayStation Slim was dead in the water, belly up. I've been saying that. But the customer, the fan base, has kind of let Sony know exactly what they want. And that is, they want a disc drive. They want that 4K Blu-ray player. You can't just take something away that you've been giving your fan base for generations. If it didn't matter, even though you hear these defenders, if you're a real gamer, that doesn't matter. All you have to do is just play the game. You can just buy you a Blu-ray player. I have 2 and 3. There was like this one crazy wild ass dude that was saying shit like that. And I was just like, really? So the customers win. They have chosen. You don't take something away that customers have been used to for so long. It's the same thing that I was talking about with the interface between the Xbox One and the 360, where PlayStation probably dominated. Was not only in price, it was because it was that familiar feel of that UI. And when you jumped on the Xbox One, it was foreign. Everybody had to learn. And there were some people that was like, I'm not even fucking with this. There's some people to this day that don't mess with the snap feature, which I love it. But people are happy with familiar things. And when you try to take something away that people really value, that comes and bites you in the ass. So PlayStation should have waited to bring out the Pro. The Pro came out 2 weeks ago. I know that rhyme. The Pro came out 2 weeks ago, and it's already a price reduction. And the defenders are going to be right up. Yo, it's just Black Friday. I mean, come on, Mega. You're just being a fanboy. No, I do not remember the Xbox One Fat or the PlayStation 4 Vanilla being at a price reduction at launch. And I don't want to hear that whack-ass excuse that these are different consoles. They're like mid-term consoles. No. These consoles, the Slims, they were been out for a couple of months, so of course you're going to see a price reduction. But the Pro came out 2 weeks ago, and it already got a price reduction. And I can remember back in 2014 where there was a lot of YouTubers giving Xbox owners hell about that $50 reduction. And they were like, oh my God, it's only been a couple of months and they're already reducing. This has been 2 weeks and it's already a reduction. If you have faith into your product, you don't have a price cut in 2 weeks. I don't care if Black Friday is around the corner or not. Now, if there was some kind of deal that a Pro with a television, which I've seen a couple of those at Best Buy, that's a different thing because you get, you know, it's a price reduction for 2 different things. But for the system alone to just be dropped, I'm looking at this as a red flag. Just because of the complaints that's been happening, you have people from Digital Foundry, normal PlayStation supporters that are going against the Pro, plus the fact that this system is dropped in price. When if they raise it back up to $400, you're going to have people reluctant. It was just the same problem I think people had with the Xbox One. Well, if they drop the price, and hell, I'll wait till this some bitch is like $100 and then I'll get it then. You're going to have people reluctant to get your hardware because you're going to keep giving people mixed signals. Like to hear your thoughts about it. Everybody have a good one. Hit that sub button. Peace!
In the studio, trying to calm your soul, looking at your manager. I think Chris a guy, man, I'll put you in the trunk with these soul.